What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching 100% NUFC. So this Saturday I'll be previewing my club Newcastle United taking on Chelsea at St James's Park. It's a 5:30 kickoff. Just before I jump into that, please, if you are new, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when a video does release from myself, you'll never miss one. Any existing subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Also, hit the thumbs up, that'll be massively appreciated. And put your comments in down below for your starting 11 and your score predictions. I'll get back to you down below in the comments after this video. Thank you very much. Now, on Saturday, sees us take on Chelsea. It's going to be a very tough game. But we do come off the back of a 4-1 win against Rochdale in the FA Cup replay. But it's very, very hard to know how we're going to start this game on Saturday. But also given that it is Chelsea. Our Premier League form of late, if there's any Chelsea fans watching, it hasn't been fantastic. We've only picked up 1 point in our last 4 games against Wolverhampton Wanderers. We did get a deserved 1-1 draw at Molineux, but before that we were losing heavily to the likes of Leicester, Everton and Manchester United. So it was nice to stop the rot and it was nice to get a win on Saturday to progress to the 4th round of the FA Cup. But back to Premier League action, it's going to be a tough game for us against you lot because you are doing well under Frank Lampard. You are currently in the top 4 and we haven't got a very good record against you lot, as you can see on the screen. The last time that we actually beat Chelsea was back in 2018, which was the last game of the season, 3-0. But then if you look at the rest of the record, it's not very good. You know, we've had defeats here, there and everywhere at St James's Park and especially at Stamford Bridge. This season we did take on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and we did lose 1-0. Marcus Alonso got a late goal around about the 73rd minute and we lost the game 1-0. And we did try in that game, but it was always going to be a case of quality, and Chelsea have got that, unlike us. And this game on Saturday is going to be no different. Now, we are coming into this game, like I say, off the back of a win against Rochdale, and I know it's against a Rochdale side who are in League One, who aren't fantastic, and Chelsea will pose a better threat. We probably won't have a lot of the ball on Saturday like we did against Rochdale on Tuesday night. It's going to be a game where we'll have to be patient. We'll have to try and work the ball, you know, better than what we did, I would say, against Wolves, especially in that second half, because we gave the ball away far too cheaply. We probably played well for a good 7 minutes on the attack, but against Chelsea, you know, we're not going to have a lot of time on the ball. So when we do have the ball, we'll have to make sure that we're trying to work it up the top of the pitch as quick as possible and try to at least show that we're the home side and have a go, because Chelsea will not give us more than 5 seconds on the ball, and they're a very talented side, and we'll have to make sure that we'll get, you know, the crowd behind us on Saturday night, and the same that was going on Tuesday, you know, at the Rochdale game, a game I wasn't at, unfortunately. But Chelsea, like I say, they'll be coming up here with a fight to try and get all 3 points, and we have to try and stop them on Saturday night. Now, I'm actually going to give you my starting 11 for the game on Saturday, and it starts off in goal, Martin Dubravka. He comes straight back into the side after not featuring against Rochdale. I think that really made sense because Carl Dollar does need a game, but Dubravka, he was fantastic against Wolves, and he was my man of the match, and he's a safe pair of hands. Now, at left wing back, I've gone with Jethro Willems, someone who can get up and down the pitch. He's quite strong, and he's got a bit of pace about him as well. He likes to cut in, and we're going to rely on him heavily against Chelsea on Saturday. On the right-hand side, I've gone with Matt Ritchie. He played really well against Rochdale. I prefer him on the right-hand side. I think he's technically, you know, a right winger / midfielder, and I think he could do a job there if Bruce actually puts him in that position. Someone who, very similar to Willems, can get up and down the pitch. He's a battler. He's someone who can, you know, put a tackle in. He can talk. He can cut in. He can have a go. So that's what you would expect from Ritchie. We're going to rely on him heavily on Saturday night against Chelsea. Now, the 3 at the back. First of all, I've gone with Florian Rejoun. He played really well against Rochdale. He actually looked match fit. But all in all, I think he is a good centre-back. I know he hasn't really done as great in the other games before Wolves. But we've seen the Lejeune that we're seeing when we signed him. Someone who, you know, can put his body on the line. Somebody who can defend. Someone who can actually get forward and get the ball out. In the middle, I've actually gone with Jamal Lascelles. He did play up to an hour against Rochdale on Tuesday night. I'd definitely welcome Captain Jamal Lascelles back into the side. Someone very similar to Lejeune. Can put his body on the line. He can defend. He's very strong and powerful. He can deal with set pieces. So when Chelsea are putting corners in, he can clear them. And we've definitely missed him in the last few games. And then next to him, I've gone with Kieran Clark, someone who, for me, is definitely underrated at the football club. Someone who can do exactly what Lejeune and Lascelles can do. He can defend, he can get back. and he's definitely improved over the years at Newcastle United. I know he had a bit of a slow start, but for me, this season he's definitely proven everyone wrong, and he can actually score goals as well, from set pieces if we get any. So for me, he would be a shout in the back three. Now in the middle, first of all, I've gone with Sean Longstaff. It was a toss-up between Sean and Matty Longstaff. I know Matty did score against Rochdale on Tuesday night, but I put Sean in just because he's got a little bit more experience and he needs his confidence back. Someone who can get up and down the pitch. He's not scared to bring others into play, like Matt Ritchie, like Willems, like Shelvey, like Hayden. And he's someone who's quite positive. He will have a go if you give him some space, and he's a young lad of the future, who has got a bright future at Newcastle. Someone who has all the attributes to be a very good centre mid. So he's definitely in my starting 11 in the centre of midfield. In the middle, I've actually gone with John Joe Shelvey. He did come on late on against Rochdale. If he's match fit, then he will start. I mean, nothing else has been said that he won't be starting this match on Saturday night, and we're going to need him because Shelvey has been our go-to man when it comes to scoring goals, getting up and down the pitch, and he's very good with his Hollywood balls. He can spray ball left, spray ball right. He's someone who can bring others into play, like Sean Longstaff, Willems, Ritchie, and he's there for a goal as well if you give him some space, and he's a natural finisher. Someone who probably this season's improved his game when he started. Next to him, I've gone with Isaac Hayden. So somebody who, again, very similar to the defence. He's someone who's quite tidy on the ball. You don't expect him to get forward too much, but he's someone who likes to look after the back three. He'll just play neat balls to Matt Ritchie, Willems, the Longstaff, Sean, Shelvey. So that's the sort of player that he is. But he will have a go if you give him space. But someone who, for me, Chelsea, the players will have to watch out for, because someone who Hayden, you just don't know what you're going to get from him, but most likely he's going to look after the back three. Now, in the middle, I've actually gone with Almiron. He's on fire at this moment in time. He's got 3 goals this season, or 4 goals this season. He scored in the FA Cup replay against Rochdale. He also scored against Rochdale in the previous game, and he's also scored 2 Premier League goals. He scored lately against Wolves in the 1-1 draw. He did open the score, and he's on the form of his life at this moment in time. You kind of drop him. He's one of our best cams at the football club. He just works ever so hard. He likes to get up and down the pitch, and he will give his all, and we miss his pace, and without Almiron, we don't think we really get going. So you put Almiron straight into the start 11. Up front, I've gone with Joe Linton. I know it was a bit of a toss-up between Joe Linton and Andy Cowell, but because Joe Linton did get his goal against Rochdale, and I know albeit it was against Rochdale in League One, he needs his confidence back. So for me, I've put him straight into the side on Saturday, and hopefully now he kicks on and he scores his second goal of the season for the Premier League, because he's only got 1, but he has got 2 goals. So hopefully now that gives him the confidence on Saturday night against Chelsea. Now we're going to move on to Chelsea. That was my start 11. So Chelsea at this moment in time, they're currently 4th in the Premier League. They're doing very well under Frank Lampard. I think he's done a fantastic job this season, given the fact that yes, he is a legend at that football club. He was managing Derby last season in the Championship, which was his first job in management. He only just missed out on the Premier League with Derby last season, losing in the playoff final to Aston Villa. But this season at Chelsea, we were all thinking, was it going to be one step too far? Even though he's a legend, at Chelsea, was it going to be a case of, is he going to hit the heights at Chelsea? Is he going to get them playing? Also, they did lose a lot of strong players in their squad as well over the summer. They were going through a bit of a transfer embargo, but they have got the permission to strengthen this January. But he has persisted with a lot of the younger players, which is only a good thing, especially how Chelsea's known for that buying of players that do cost a lot of money, but they have believed in their youth this season, and they're actually reaping the benefits. And also, if you look at where they are on the league table, nobody would have thought that Chelsea would be in anywhere near the top 4. So they are definitely punching above their weight, I would say, without not sounding too harsh. I did have them, I think it was in the top 6. I thought they might be good enough to finish in the top 6 Europa League football, but they actually have a good gap in 4th place in the Premier League, so they're doing very, very well. In terms of players to watch out for, I would say, is Tammy Abraham. He's scored, 15 goals this season. He's had a few loan deals here, there and everywhere, but he's had a really good season under Frank Lampard, and he's got 4 assists. Also, Mason Mount, another young lad who was at Derby last season, he scored 5 goals and 2 assists from the midfield. So someone who likes to get up and down the pitch, someone who can cause a problem, someone who's not scared to have a go, and he's a bright spark, that young lad, and he's got a bright future at Chelsea. Now Pulisic, who I know is nursing an injury, he has scored 6 goals this season with 3 assists. So he's definitely doing well from the wing position. He likes to cut in. Willian's a very similar player as well. He likes to cut in and he likes to have a go. So we're going to have to watch out for those sort of players on Saturday because they have got a relatively good squad and they will cause us a problem on Saturday night. Now, in terms of injuries for Chelsea, they are looking at the likes of Kante, Pulisic, Alonso, Loftus-Cheek to see if they'll be fit for the game on Saturday. I don't think they will be. I think Kante is touch and go for the match on Saturday, but that can only be a good thing for us if they are missing. But then again, Chelsea, a young side, with pace, a young side that can, cause problems on the night. And again, I don't want to take Chelsea too lightly because they can hurt you. And lately, what are the last 3 games? I'll bring it on the record on screen for you. They've actually picked up 4 points in the last 2 games. So they did beat Burnley 3-0 at Stamford Bridge. Burnley not on the best run of form. And then in the FA Cup, they did beat Nottingham Forest. And then they also got a 1-1 draw against Brighton and Hove Albion. So they are beatable. They've probably got a better record away from home than what they have at home. And it will be interesting to see how they set up at St James's Park on Saturday night. Now, like I said before, Chelsea will cause problems, but we have to try and defend on the day and have to make sure that we at least come away with a positive result. It's not going to be easy, and I'm not expecting us to, have all of the ball. I think Chelsea will have all of the ball. That's how we deal with that. Now, in terms of a score prediction, I'm actually going to go for a 1-1 draw. I'd love to see we win, but I have to be realistic. We're currently middle of the table, 13th place. Chelsea, are currently top 4. They'll be looking for Champions League football for next season, and they're doing well in the current Champions League this season. Now, for me, I'll take a 1-1 draw if it helps with build up the Premier League table and to look up rather than down. And yes, I know we're at home and we'll probably need a win, but for me, a draw wouldn't be the worst result in the world. Now, also let me know your score predictions down below in the comments. Let me know your start 11. Who would you start on Saturday? Do you agree or disagree with my start 11? Let us know down below in the comments. And yes, that's just been my preview for the Chelsea game on Saturday. Please don't forget to go along and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from myself when one does drop. And also hit the thumbs up. And also put everything in the comments, okay? Follow me on social media, 100% NUFC. All links will be down below in the description. And I'll see you all in the next one. How are the lads?